let's go. Hey, ho, let's go. Hey, ho, let's go. Hey, ho, let's go.
What up, y'all? Josh and EC here once again with
another quality video.
And here we are once again with another Eat and Chill. So glad that you guys could come and join us on this.
We've missed you guys. Long time no Eat and Chill. Hey, has it been a long time?
It's been a while for Eat and Chill.
Okay.
I think. I can't even keep track. We've
been slacking, and we understand. We don't need none of y'all reminding. We know, okay? We're back on our grind, okay? So, today's video is year 3
of our relationship.
Our relationship, as you can tell by the title, it was another rough year.
Another rough year. People think it was all peachy keen. It was definitely another rough year.
So we're gonna go ahead and hop into this, but first, show the food. What you got?
I got colors today.
Pineapples.
Pineapple.
Is it focused?
I don't care.
There
We
we
got
go.
another camera to focus on.
Josh, shut
I'm just
up
saying.
talking to me. And then I got focusing for me. Focus.
It's focused. It's in.
It ain't focused.
Yeah,
Focus.
it is.
It's focused.
It's focused. It's focused.
Babe,
Look at
don't
that.
tilt
It is focused.
Okay,
focused.
yeah, you're right.
You know
You're
what I'm
right. Oh, and I'm gonna go ahead. How you say this? Tajin. It's a Mexican seasoning.
And you're not gonna put it all over.
And I'm putting it all over my watermelon. I
Alright, well, give me a
freaking
couple before you
love
do that.
this seasoning on watermelon and on mangoes. Like, yo, this stuff. You see that? Come on, focus. Focus on. Move your head. Okay, either
up?
way,
You know what I'm saying?
this stuff is bomb. We're gonna. Oh, we didn't pray. Josh, you got me messed up. Okay,
Come
bro.
on, G.
Come on, bro. Come on,
Why I
bro.
gotta be broke?
Come on, bro. Let's pray, bro. Come on, bro. Babe, come on.
All right. Lord, bless this food they're about to receive for the nourishment of our bodies. Bless the channel. Bless the people watching. Help this to give them a little bit of hope. You know, help them insight into what real relationships look like and the stresses that normal people go through. And let them know that this stuff is normal.
And this too shall pass.
Yep.
If they're going through it.
Yeah, that's very true. And these are other blessings we ask in your name. Amen.
Amen. Yeah, that's very true. Josh has a better memory than me, y'all, so I'm gonna let him lead us into this, because he was reminding me of stuff this morning that I completely forgot about year 3. So
I gotta get a quality bite of this pineapple right quick.
it's a little stiff. There we go. Haven't used it in a minute. A little stiff over here.
Okay, so year 3 is when Josh and EC finally came into fruition.
YouTube.
YouTube.
Beauty and Bow.
Oh man, Beauty and Bow. That's the crazy thing. We had so many days trying to think about the name that we would come up with it. And for a long time, y'all, the first 3 months of the year, we started in what, May, March?
You said the
January,
video
February,
right
March,
there.
April. Yeah, so I want to say 3-4 months. I was very hesitant because I was like, I'm not a YouTuber, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get in front of no camera, you know, I'm too hard for that, you know what I'm saying?
Babe, be honest.
Gangsta. I'm serious. I was not ready.
But you
for
liked being on my videos.
I liked being on your videos, but I felt like there was a whole nother level of commitment to being like an us channel. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think I was ready for it at the time because I was still trying to be like, you know, living my life, kicking it with my friends. I seen how you were always in the room doing YouTube and stuff, so I was like, I don't know if I really want
Built
that.
for that.
Yeah, am I really built for that? So push came to shove, you know, finally I was like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. She showed me a couple of videos of like, you know, couples that like do it, have fun with it.
They do pranks on each other. They blah blah blah. They make money. We could be making money.
Yeah,
This is our junior year.
Yeah, I'm like, we could be making money together, and it's like, money wasn't even a factor in the
And
equation.
y'all loved him on my channel.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, they like us. Like we should.
So I mean, push came to shove. I ended up saying, you know what, I'll give it a shot, and it was like a half-ass.
I spit on myself.
That's what you need. Keep your plate on the table.
But it's juicy. I don't want to put my head all on the screen.
Keep your head over the table. Now you got your white shirt dirty.
Shut up.
Okay. So yeah, I finally was like, you know what, whatever, I'll give it a shot. It was kind of like a half-ass shot on my part. Okay, don't do too much. It was a half-ass shot on my part, and I will take blame for the first downfall of our channel, because we went on like a streak and then we fell off. Then we got back on a streak come summertime, we got on it, and then like after about a month we fell off again. And it was mainly because it was me going...
You didn't want to commit.
Yeah, it was going back and forth with commitment. Like, I want to do it right at this moment, then I don't want to do it. Then I want to go back and do it again, and then I don't want to do it. It's like I just kind of wanted to do it when it felt like fun, and I didn't want to do it when it felt like work. So...
And that wasn't our original agreement, though.
It wasn't our agreement.
We were on the same page originally, where a couple's channel is supposed to be a two-way street. On top of that, I have the added stress of my own channel, being a student athlete and stuff. So there's no way in hell I was going to be able to manage both channels. I more so wanted our couple's channel to be in Josh's hands, and when he's like, all right, babe, we need to film, or we need to post on Instagram, blah, blah, I'm about it. But I wouldn't have to organize it. Yeah. Whereas I was the person who was doing all of that.
Yeah.
It was just hard.
And I'll take blame, and I'm sorry for that. I don't know if I ever formally said sorry for that, but I am sorry for that.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, I don't know. It just, at that point in time, it just felt too much like work. And like now, it doesn't even feel like work. It just feels like we're having fun in front of a camera.
But also, we changed things from what we originally were doing. So we were pranks.
Pranking.
Yeah, pranks were okay for us during that year 3 of our relationship. Like, that's what you see as a trend on YouTube and what gets couples big and stuff. So obviously when we're first starting the journey, we're like, we have to do this, we have to do that. You kind of try to mimic other people's videos but put your own authentic twist on it. And that's kind of what we were doing. But I think at the end of the day, based off where we are now, we realized that wasn't for us.
It wasn't.
And it wasn't us, period.
Us.
Yeah. So, we kind of skipped through the argument, the like many arguments and stuff we would have about filming, or how we'd be prepared to film, and one person would say like one wrong thing or something,
and it would throw off the energy.
Yeah, the energy's completely messed up. And some videos like we just scrapped. Thank you. Some videos we ended up scrapping. We filmed the whole thing, but like the energy between us,
it looked
awful.
like we didn't even care about each other, and we
have that videos like that still though.
Yeah,
very rare, but sometimes we'll have videos that we just scrap because it's like this energy is all the way off,
and we don't want to portray that. We don't want to give you guys like a bad idea of what a relationship would look like.
Well, it's not even that, because we had that one video where people felt uncomfortable, like, oh, you guys kind of arguing on camera, you should leave that off, blah, blah, blah. And that was odd to me, because it's like, do you not want to, you want to see the fake and the fantasy world of a relationship, or you want the real? You know what I mean? But in terms of like when we had those other videos that we ended up scrapping, I don't think it was a matter of like not wanting to show that side of a relationship. It was more so like that was our personal...
Yeah. That's kind of just what
our
we were
personal
going through.
dynamic, yeah, that other people didn't need to see. Whereas the video that we did post, where we kind of had a little bit of tension in it, I think it was helpful, because we, at the end of the video, we were hugging up and kissing on each other again.
Yeah.
It just goes to show like there can be disagreements or agree to disagree type of moments with your significant other, but at the end of the day, y'all should come back together. So I thought that type of video was important to see, like, even though we did not come to a mutual agreement on, I think it was like the Dante birthday thing. We still love there. We still... like we're good after tensions were a little high, because I remember people were like, this made me kind of uncomfortable to see, and it's just like, but that's the realistic aspect of a relationship. And it honestly, that's the problem with a lot of relationships, because even if that alone made you uncomfortable to see a couple not agree on things, then that like I feel like in your head that should kind of translate like, am I uncomfortable communicating to my partner? Like, does that type of confrontation make you afraid? Because we always reiterate on this channel, on damn near every video, how important communication is. And that was a form of communication for us. We weren't arguing, we weren't cussing each other out, we just did not agree. That's a form of communication. And if that made certain people uncomfortable, then maybe you need to work on your communication skills a little bit more, because that might be a reason why maybe your relationships haven't worked, or you don't really get why you and your partner aren't coming to a mutual understanding of each other. Like, that type of stuff is important to me. I'm not about, or we're not about like trying to show the fake of a relationship, which is why we do these year 1, year 2 videos, year 3 videos, and you guys seem to really like it, because a lot of you guys, I guess, are like, okay, so that makes sense why, or it's normal that I'm going through that. So like videos like that, again, I think are really important to show tensions can be high, but things are still okay. Because if you just want the pretty,
damn, I just kicked it.
If you just want the pretty aspects of a relationship, you're on the wrong YouTube channel, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's plenty of other couples out there that'll give you that energy, but we're here to try to help progress relationships based off stuff that we experienced.
And I think it kind of gives you guys a false expectation that like we are absolutely perfect for each other. And the absolute perfect person does not exist, because people are not perfect.
Nor is a relationship a perfect relationship.
Yeah, nor is a relationship absolutely perfect. And that's just a normal part of life. You just gotta find somebody, one, that you can deal with their shit. And two, you have to have similar values and similar characteristics in terms of like what's your views, morals, you know, like can we vibe together, can we coexist,
and
like,
mutual respect.
Definitely a mutual respect
is huge.
and a sense of loyalty, like all those kind of play into what
A
makes
real relationship.
a relationship work. But back to year 3, because we definitely just went on a tangent.
Yeah, well, I had to touch on that because I remember people felt uncomfortable about that, and I'm kind of, in my head, I was thinking like, why would you feel uncomfortable when that really happens in relationships? But okay, yeah, back to year 3. We had those arguments and stuff about YouTube, where we ended up, we talked, that's how we got to it, talking about scrapping videos.
And then like, once we got to a point where we started arguing about YouTube, like the tension from YouTube
Carried into our relationship. Yeah, you're right.
And that's what really got the halt.
Yeah.
That's why we really halted YouTube, because then we had to take a step back and look and say, look, YouTube is killing our relationship. And I like this relationship way more than I like this channel. So like, if I had to choose between you or the channel, I'm choosing you.
Oh, and a big thing too, why it was such a big tension, this YouTube channel thing. We didn't start as a couples channel. I started as my own influencer that carried into that, and I made money from it. It became my job. So obviously, if I have the mentality that YouTube is my job on my channel alone, that same mentality is going to carry over into our couples channel, because I made my channel successful.
And I had the mentality that this was just a fun hobby that we were going to do together. And it could be on and off like a little plaything, but she's thinking business.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
I was thinking more. But I talked to you about this though.
We had multiple, you had to keep reminding me of it, because I kept thinking like,
because I'm more, Josh is definitely like a present day type of person, whereas I'm more of a future realistic type of person. So for me, we were juniors in college. I already saw how like kind of fast I got my channel to take off and how successful it became in such a short amount of time. So I'm thinking business wise, all right, we're about to graduate in about a year and a half or whatever. If I can help me and Josh's channel take off, we don't have to be stressing or pressed on paying back loan debt, finding place to live, all that type of stuff after college. I felt like we could be financially set or stable after we graduated. That was my mindset, and that was my goal for us with the channel, other than just doing something fun together.
And my goal was basically like, we can make a little money, we can have a YouTube channel together, it'd be fun. I wasn't thinking more like, I don't think I was thinking realistic like she was. I think I was thinking more so along the lines of like, oh yeah, we'll have a couple, extra dollars in our pocket. We can go on vacations, do some like cool, like influencer stuff. Like, let's go on a vacation.
But that takes work though.
Vacations.
And you weren't willing to put in that work. And I will say, in his defense,
I was in a fantasy
world. What do you mean?
I was just in a fantasy world about like, we didn't have to put
yeah. But you were also in football season.
Yeah.
And by the time, I think the second time around we tried to pick back up on YouTube, you were in your senior year.
Last season of football.
Last season of football. So it was, and I was done with track when you were in your senior year of football. So like, I had even more time to put into my channel as well as our channel and stuff. And we just kept clashing.
Yeah.
I just felt I felt like, from my perspective, that I was kind of like drowning and being overwhelmed with trying to manage both channels, both Instagram accounts. Like, even now, I'm the only one that really posts on our Instagram account. You say it's gonna change if you have a new phone. We will see.
We will see.
But managing my Instagram, my YouTube, our Instagram, our YouTube, while still being in school, it was just so hard. So like you look to your partner to be like nigga, I need help, and I just wasn't getting that from him, and it started to, like he said, carry over into our relationship, where I think on both sides we kind of built up a sense of resentment towards each other.
There was definitely a tension between us for a while. But we were just like, the way we work together kind of influenced the way that we vibe together, because now we're thinking to ourselves like, in the back of your head, like, this nigga ain't shit, you never helped me with shit. And we're not even talking about YouTube anymore, but I know it's probably still in the back of your head like, this nigga really ain't helping me with nothing.
Yeah.
So, I will say, if you get into it, make sure that you guys establish, like, roles. Just don't make it a one-person thing. I think that's what really effed it up. I think I really messed it up. I'm sorry, y'all. I was the death of Beauty and Bo, to be honest.
Oh, because why do we end up changing our name to Josh and... Well, I know too. Oh, this is a big thing we have to tell them about. So a thing that Josh has struggled with a lot, which is understandable, was the fact that I had something of my own. This was the real underlying thing.
Oh, man.
I had something of my own, which was African Beauty. We had something of our own, which was Beauty and Bo, but you had nothing of your own.
Nothing.
That was kind of like, I feel like your kind of resentment towards the idea of it and stuff, because it's like, okay, you have your own shit, you're independent, and then we have our stuff, but what do I have? I think that was your biggest struggle back then.
And that blew me, because like, I was like, okay, let's just say the couples channel does great, awesome. So now we have...
You're not an individual anymore.
Yeah, I'm not an individual.
You don't have any established individuality.
I have no sense of me.
Yeah.
But you have a sense of you.
Right.
And we have a sense of us. And it's like, dang near, I felt like I'd be the oddball out in the trifecta. And even now, I still kind of feel like the oddball out in the trifecta. Because like, this channel's doing pretty well. Your channel's popping. And then, I mean, like, mine is like slowly growing.
But you're trying to, I think you're just trying to find yourself. And that can be probably another video we can do on here eventually, of when like maybe your partner has found themselves a little bit more than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I don't necessarily think it's a matter of like, I think I just try too hard to like find something that's like, oh, I could be this, or like a subject. Whereas like, I think I'm more so of a free spirit as it is. And so like, I'm good at giving advice. I'm good at
But that's a part of finding yourself, that you're realizing that. 2 years ago you didn't know that.
And
you didn't feel that way.
Yeah, I kept trying to like people please on all my social medias. And I would go from like niche to niche to niche to niche.
Right.
Ooh, let me do mental health, or let me do fitness, or let me do like advice, or let me do motivation. It's like,
that's what I meant by finding yourself. Not saying you're completely lost, but like for me, in my career wise, I found my thing right now. And I think that's something that you've really struggled with, like trying to find what's your thing. So imagine Josh 2 years ago. It was a lot. That was like, I don't know how we forgot that. That was really what caused the tension in the first place. You were like, you had a rebellion, yes, towards the channel because of that, because he didn't feel like he had his thing. So yeah, that caused a lot of arguments and tension between the relationship. Then we stopped for a minute. And oh, one more thing too to touch on too, the Beauty and Bo thing. I came up with that name, and that was another, I think, aspect that because you didn't really like that name for a while. I don't think you ever started liking it.
It applied to you.
Exactly, African Beauty. So Beauty and Bo. It was just another like, okay, I don't have my own thing.
I'm just Bo.
Right.
People would, like, F that up.
Yeah.
Exponentially.
People wouldn't even say it right. So then, was it the second time we tried to come back that we changed the name? Or when did we change our name to Josh and Isi instead?
We revamped ourselves in 2018. So
really?
We started in 2017. We revamped it like the start of 2018.
Okay.
And then we went Josh, but that's part of year 4, so we can't get into that. That's part of year 4. Josh and Isi came year 4.
Really?
Yeah.
So we were still Beauty and Bo.
We started rebranding once we really got back serious. Like, okay, we've worked out the kinks. I'm now comfortable with being okay with the channel being like an us thing and me still in the process of building myself.
But I'm saying, I feel like we fell off like 2 or 3 times.
We did. There was multiple times, and it was all because like I would go into rebellion mode, and then we'd stop posting.
Okay. And I think, I definitely know, I don't know if it was the 2nd or 3rd time we fell off, I finally decided to transition the mindset into, alright, so this is just going to be a leisure type of thing, our channel. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Because I'm such a perfectionist. Like, I wanted it to work the way my channel worked. Like, I'm so organized and stuff like that. But I realized how much it was hindering our relationship. And I don't remember if it was the 2nd or 3rd time, but I realized it was more, maybe that was year 4 also, when it was just like, okay, let me just digress, and this is going to be a more fun thing where we just hop on here.
As a matter of fact, at the end of the year in 2017, you basically handed me the channel. You said, you're going to be in charge of, whenever we film, you're going to be in charge of editing. I'm not going to touch. I still didn't.
I said that. Yeah, I definitely said that.
I'm not going to
leave our channel success up to you.
And you damn near almost said, take the couples out of it. This is just your channel. You asked me if I wanted to keep the channel. Like, you just want to make it your channel. Yeah,
I was done. But it wasn't even in like a mean way. I was just dead ass like, it's cool. We might as well use it for something beneficial. So if you want to use it for you or whatever. But it felt like the following on there had already been established as ours.
Yeah, so. Like y'all didn't come there for just me. Y'all came there for us. So I wasn't finna take that away and just be like, oh, by the way, I took the channel.
So what else happened in year 3? Year 3 also had to do with maturity on different levels, and me feeling like I was dealing with the boy version of Josh and not the man. So there would be times where, before me and Josh started dating, we had basically the same friend group. His friend group, though, was like obviously more established. It was I had guy friends. He was a part of that guy friend group before we started dating. So even when we start dating, they're not gonna stop being like my friend group or whatever. But things change when you start dating someone from that original friend group you were a part of. So like, let's say when we were friends, if I would have got into it with, some of them probably don't, like Dante, this is just an example. If I would have got into it with Dante as a friend, and we're in a friend group before me and him started dating, that's something that I handle, and it is what it is.
Yeah, it kind of is what it is.
Whereas when me and Josh started dating, if I get into it with Dante and I feel like it's kind of getting disrespectful, I'm looking for Josh to like step in and not necessarily go at it with Dante. It would be like, all right, bro, like that's enough. I never got that from him. In different situations that I would have with his friends. And for me, it hurt me because it's like, there's no way in hell I would ever let anybody disrespect him and not say anything, just sit there. Whereas Josh is a very non-confrontational type of person. He does not like that type of energy at all. He's not good with it.
Yeah, so whenever those situations kind of happen, I felt like I was stuck in the middle of like my friends and my girlfriend,
right.
And I would just kind of like.
Whereas I never wanted him to be stuck. I just wanted him to defend the fact that, or not even defend. He didn't have to agree with me. Yeah, exactly. He didn't even have to agree with me. I might have been wrong in it, but just shut. If you see that me and him are going back and forth and it's like stuff starting to be exchanged where it's like tensions are high, it's like, all right, you should have stepped in. And there was a decent amount of scenarios where that did not happen from when we first started dating up until year 3. And I think year 3 just was my final boiling point where it's like, I need a man, not a boy anymore. And there was some other stuff kind of too, but the main thing was kind of that. And there was another kind of dark cloud that was always over our relationship due to things that took place when we weren't together. And excuse me, basically I can tell them this, but I won't like go into detail. Long story short, I was dealing with someone who was on Josh's football team before me and Josh started dating or anything like that. I was single for a small point in time during sophomore year. And a lie went around campus that the dude hit. There was a lie that just circulated around our campus that was never true. And it bothered me, and from what I was told, that the lie came from the boy. It bothered me that Josh was still so close with this guy, but never confronted him on like, bro, why did you lie? You know what I mean? Or like just defended the fact that I know that you lied on my girl. That's not cool. Like nothing was ever said. It's like the thing I think I touched on my channel a while ago, how black people are really bad with sweeping stuff under the rug. And obviously when I'm saying sweeping stuff, it's like the deeper, darker aspects of black families, unfortunately. But that just reminds me of like, so we're just gonna kiki and kaka with this nigga, and it's this lie that I'm still hurting from because it never happened. So just putting you guys in a perspective of those type of things like kept happening throughout our relationship, and Josh had never spoke up. And to me, it's like, if I'm looking for a man or a future husband, I want to feel protected. And I think a lot of guys tend to think that protecting your girl only has to do with physical. I know hands down, any physical shit ever goes down, Josh got my back and I'm good. But a lot of guys kind of only tie that protection type of thing into physical. I can beat anybody ass for you, like I got you, when it's an emotional thing too. I needed him to emotionally protect me and my energy and my feelings, and I did not get that from him, and year 3 was just my boiling point for that. So through all of that, we actually ended up taking a break from each other, and it was my idea, and it was for like, it was a week. I was like, and the easy back then too, I'll take fault in it too, I was really good with wording things where it's like, I'm leaving you, without straight up saying I'm leaving you. I put Josh in that situation a lot of times, and that was the first and only time we had ever gone on a break. And
that was another thing that happened a lot in year 3.
Yeah, that I kept kind of saying like, I'm gonna leave you. You
give me that ultimatum like, well, maybe this isn't meant.
Yeah, I'm that person like, well, maybe we shouldn't be together.
Maybe we shouldn't be together.
Maybe, yeah, I did that a lot.
Yeah, she kind of
I did that all the years,
she would basically literally walk up to the door and open the door and be like, this your exit.
Yeah, that's an example. But that's, you're saying through like how I acted or what I said, that's basically what it was.
And it would always be like,
hey,
damn.
Just scoot back maybe.
It would always be after we got into a big argument. And like, that's the worst time to give somebody an out, like when they're upset and emotions are high. And luckily I knew that. Because
that, we touched on that in year, what year was it with the gun situation and stuff?
2. And
we touched on that, how I had told them that I was like, well, maybe we shouldn't be together. And then you text me like, okay. And I was like, oh no, you see? So us girls do that a lot. We do, where we talk big shit because we're like, he's not gonna go nowhere. So hold that mentality. That's kind of what I did with this break. I was like, well, maybe we need to go on a break. This is after I had a conversation with him, like, I need a man, not a boy, blah, blah, blah. And we took that week-long break, and I knew pretty much that I wasn't gonna go anywhere, that we were gonna stay together. But the way I worded it, talking to him on the phone before we went on the break, it was kind of like, I'm breaking up with you.
Yeah.
It's pretty, that's the like energy like, that I put towards it. And I would say that break was the hardest part of our relationship that we went through.
Probably one of the toughest.
So that's one reason why I don't fuck with breaks at all. And it's just not, it's no, my reasoning behind it didn't make any sense of, let's not talk to each other for a week and see if we still want each other. So like, you know right there in the moment if you still want to be with the person or not.
Yeah.
It was just me being real petty. So that's why I'm trying to like hold myself accountable for the fact that I played a part in certain shit that went south in our relationship also. Yeah, is basically what I'm trying to say.
It was just, honestly, it was just I think the seed was protection. I think that seed was planted way back at the beginning.
When we first started.
And it just began to like grow, and then like YouTube was the water. And then someone
maturity, it was just a lot.
Just kind of lit that on, and then next thing you know, now leading up until that point, we were bickering. Like YouTube wasn't going well. Our relationship was now being affected by YouTube not going well. Then that big argument about I need a man and a boy, and then like after that argument, it was like,
yeah.
At that point, it was an explosion.
Yeah, it's crazy that we're still together. After being through so much. But what would you say, was year 3 also like our turning point?
It was. I think things started to, after that moment when we came back, things took a serious turn. Like we were like, okay, we started trying to assess what it was that caused all that problems for us.
You know what? I was pretty sure I wanted to stay with Josh, but I was still in the zone of I don't know if he's the one for me. And I remember my aunt, she never really comes over here often, but it was just me and her. She happened to stop by, and my family loves Josh, by the way. All of them love him. But I remember like earlier during that week or some point, I was kind of just praying to God for signs that I should stay in the relationship or whatever. And now I remember the other thing I was gonna say. And my aunt pops in and we have this long talk because she was like, how's Josh doing and stuff, and I was kind of just honest with her, like, things aren't going that great, and I kind of let her know and stuff, and I just felt like that was God signing me to stay with him and like work through it and stuff, based off how the conversation and flow. When she's been married decades, I don't even know how long she's been married, but she kind of just put me on game of, if that's the person that you say you want to be with and stuff like this. Basically, she wasn't saying our shit was minute, but she was like, relationships go through this. She basically, she was kind of like, it doesn't matter if you're with Josh or anybody else, you're gonna go through different things in the relationship and stuff. And she kind of touched on like, he's still young and blah blah blah, because I told her about like me not feeling emotionally protected and stuff like that. So I felt like that was my sign. The other thing that you did after we came back together and we're like, we're gonna stay together, is you finally had your talk with your friend. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that was a really big weight lifted off our relationship shoulders, because I was like, okay, at least he finally said some shit. I didn't really care if the friend lied to you and was like, I didn't say that, or I don't care how the conversation went. It was just the fact that you had it. That was like so, like a big breath of fresh air for me, because it was like, okay, I've waited 3 years for this and he finally did it. So, and the relationship wasn't lost. There was no love lost. Y'all are still cool and stuff. It was just like establishing the fact that I know that didn't happen. What went wrong? So that was a big transition for year 3 as well, into a better path, the path that we're on now. I think that had a lot to do with it. Yeah. Hell, I don't even know no more, y'all. It's just a lot. We've been through a lot.
We have.
What do you think was your turning point in year 3 of like more on the positive road? I said mine was after you had that talk with the dude and I had to talk with my aunt.
Yeah.
What was yours?
That break really put things in perspective. Because I was like, the quality of that, like the quality of life during that week, like it felt like there was like a missing piece in my heart. Mm-hmm. As head ass as that sounds, like, granted, I was trying my best to make it feel like I would be okay. Mm-hmm. And I just wasn't okay. And I think that's what kind of messed me up, because I had never felt that way about it. Like, a girl leaving me would never have fazed me any other time. Like, au revoir. Like, it doesn't mean anything. But that, like, I was damn near like, for the first day, I know I was just like stuck. Everybody was like, you good? I'm like, trying to play it off, trying to do everything in my power to like make myself feel like I was okay, and yet I wasn't okay. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what hit home. Was like, you're not okay without this girl. Like, you need her.
I'm so glad we came so far.
Yeah, we've come a long way.
I'm so glad we're not in that reality.
Like, that's what's even crazier, because you really made me mad up until that point.
What do you mean? Like,
I never put up with so much shit from some person, mm-hmm. and the relationship been intact. Mm-hmm. Like, we had gone through so much up until that point, and when the break hit, you would think it would have been like a breath of fresh air, like, finally, you know? Oh. But it's like the tension still didn't go away. Our good moments were great. Yeah, the good moments were awesome. And I think it probably both hit us too, like, what I learned from the conversation with my aunt and just thinking to myself and stuff, the problems that we had could be resolved. Easily.
Like,
easily.
It wasn't it wasn't problems that it's like, there's no way in hell we'll ever be in a good place.
Yeah.
Because it was stuff that, it was the maturity stuff that can be resolved. It was learning to be more emotionally intelligent. That could be resolved through communication, like you said. Like, it was stuff that could be resolved and wasn't worth not going through and throwing away the relationship than just going through it and having an amazing relationship. It just wasn't worth it. And I didn't think it was something that I wouldn't go through with the next nigga and have to like I won't say retrain. It's not a matter of retrain, but like program him to know me. Or like, you know, it's just whew, it wasn't worth it.
A lot.
Year 4 is more of a brighter picture though.
Year 4 is super bright.
Y'all are gonna probably like year 4. Oh, they're probably gonna be like, damn, I gotta go through 4 years of shit with someone until I get to the other side.
Hey, college is hard.
Yeah.
Junior year is supposed to be hard.
Even the fact that, because we're growing up together essentially. We started dating at 19 and 20. So we were growing into adulthood together. That's a whole nother animal. So I remember someone recently asked me, like, is 18 years old like puppy love? And I kind of was like, I kind of think it is a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you were, usually it's like infidelity or other people that are the issue. Whereas when you're transitioning into adulthood, finances start touching the surface. Life starts touching the surface. Career paths start, like moving, location. Like, it's so much that comes into an adult relationship. So yeah, I think that's why it hit us so hard too. We weren't both established adults trying to have a relationship that works. We were like kids trying to turn into adults individually.
It's a tough cookie. Our relationship is anything but.
We built forward tough, man.
Man, if we could make it past these first 4,
Gucci now.
Gucci.
I remember, this is the crazy thing though, that like certain people who get married don't allow their relationship to go through those transitions, and they'll get married, and then when they're in the marriage, they're like, oh hell no,
I can't
I'm
imagine
out.
being.
I feel like that's why divorce rate is so high.
You get into it not really knowing what a true test of your relationship looks like.
Exactly. And I remember I used to fear that a lot in the very beginning of our relationship.
Man, I used to be scared. Like, I was like, I
we
think
don't really
shit's a
go
little
through
too
anything.
sweet.
Yeah.
And like, I think part of me was like, I might get bored. It's so sweet. Like, everything's like too cool. You ever feel uncomfortable when things just going too well? You're always looking like something's gonna go wrong.
I thought you were perfect too. When we first started, I was like, Josh is perfect. Like, how are we ever gonna get in an argument?
I thought you were perfect, but I, like, in the back of my head, I was like, she's probably talking to her ex or something. Like, something, I just had to I had to feel like there was something wrong.
You did not feel like I was talking to my ex. You sure as hell wouldn't have stayed.
Not your ex, but you know how, like, I transitioned in as a friend, and I was like, you have too many guy friends. I thought someone else could transition just like I transitioned in.
No, babe, you don't need.
And I was like, if she's been into another nigga, I'll kill him.
I didn't though. That's the crazy thing. Other than Jobo, you count him?
No, that's why I was totally cool with it. I was like, he's so cute.
I'm dead. That's all I can think of year 3 though. So that that was a lot.
That's a lot. Year 3 was tough. Oh, year 1, 2, 3.
All of it.
Whole bunch of tests. It's a wonder how we are here kicking it in stride. Year 4.
You're my best friend still.
Yeah. I love you.
I love you too.
We bumped heads, but it was fun.
It was real.
It was real, I'll give you that. It was for sure real. So, if you're wondering how we're still together, we don't know either.
No, you'll find out in year 4.
Year 4 is gonna be like all like.
It's not all good. Year 4, we'll talk about.
We'll talk about it, yeah. Okay. So yeah, to recap, I ruined YouTube and I rebuilt it.
Stop.
Ruined and rebuilt.
You rebuilt it.
Josh and Issy came back stronger than ever.
But you say Josh and Issy was year 4.
Yeah, but I mean, we're Josh and Issy now.
I don't know, this stuff coming from on your face.
What, probably?
Okay, Okay, y'all, that is it. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe some of you guys found it relatable or helpful, because I know I love hearing when people are like, I watch my videos with my significant other or my boyfriend. I'm like, yes, y'all are learning together.
Be careful of the danger. If you're thinking about doing a YouTube channel, I'm serious. Be careful.
I'm serious.
I'm so serious.
Josh got the daddy voice on.
Be careful. That junk, like it seems like it's just a matter of putting the camera up and shoot video.
Yeah.
But when shit goes wrong, you don't start getting views.
And stay true to you, though. Like we said,
God,
we don't
please.
do. Wow. Where's the other battery? It hasn't been charging all day.
No, it hasn't.
Where is it? You had
I
it.
don't know. Oh, it's over there.
Oh hell.
Pranks.
Yeah, we realized
That's
that.
another thing we didn't really discuss. Pranks kind of started pushing us apart.
Did it? We never did anything crazy.
Yeah, but like every time we would edit, or I would edit a prank, I would look at it like, you really put me on blast. Like,
Yeah, I knew you were mad about the spider thing.
yeah, I would get salty. I would be like low key salty because I'm like, people's finna laugh at me.
Oh. Yeah, see, you just gotta stay true to you. To be honest, that is all we have for y'all for year 3.
Yeah.
Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're gonna keep these going. We're back in the flow of things.
We're in the flow.
We're gonna get back on track with posting at least twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
And be sure to comment some video suggestions you guys want below as well. And follow our Instagram account, because we actually posted a picture yesterday, and people gave us a lot of honestly amazing topics for Eat and Chill, because we can't think of everything. Yeah, all
we
our
got
stuff.
topics
But
coming.
y'all got hella topics in that comment section. Me and Josh was like, okay.
We coming through now.
So yeah, we're coming through with a lot more Eat and Chills. But
stride.
any other video suggestions you guys want to, other than just Eat and Chill topics, or videos from us, definitely be sure to comment that below. I know people like you trying on clothes and stuff, so like different videos like that.
You take me to the thrift store again.
And yeah, that's all we got. Ready?
You just kissed my nose.
I know.
Okay. Peace. Love. Oh, see, look. No,
Why are you all the way out?
Yeah. Love.
Okay.
There it is. Hair grease. And we're out. I think I'm getting swole. You see me? Do I look like I'm getting more muscular? Just a little bit, been in the weight room, dog. I'm back at it, dog.